Today's episode is brought to you by AOS Kitchens, the South's leading outdoor kitchen design and installation specialists. Welcome to another episode of the Meet and Greet Barbecue Podcast. Today it's a catch-up between me and Dan. It's been a while since we've got together, had a chat around all things barbecue, so let's get straight to it. Dan, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good. Feels nice seeing you after Christmas period that always seems to last a whole month just because of how busy everyone is. How did your Christmas day go with all of the barbecuing you had planned?
Yeah, really well. I mean, obviously we last caught up on Christmas Eve and did the Christmas Eve special. I mean,
Hmm.
we're now on the 2nd of February recording. I appreciate it won't be released for a few weeks, but it does feel instantly odd talking about Christmas. It's a distant memory, to be perfectly honest with you, but it was good. The meats turned out as I expected. Well, I did. The thing that I was most looking forward to, if you remember correctly, I picked up on one of the videos that Shropshire Lad had put out just before Christmas about his gammon, like his gammon ham in a rum and coke
Hmm.
reduction, like a glaze. Did
Yeah,
that absolutely banging. So
nice.
well done, Shropshire Lad. Honestly, it was so good. So I'll
It's
definitely be picking that up again.
Well, the reason I wanted to ask you is that's been the last big barbecue cook I've done. I've done one or two other little bits and pieces, so it's still kind of fresh in my mind. Mainly because I got that brisketta, which is like smaller version of a brisket, and the whole thing about it is it's meant to take like 3.5, 4 hours. Still took 6.5 hours. And that's even after I ramped it up for the last hour and a half, conscious that I was going to be late for Christmas. So it came out really well. Like I was surprised how well it came out in the end. But I mean, talk about stress on Christmas Day that you just don't need. I may as well have done a brisket and stuck it on before I went to bed Christmas Eve night.
I'm
Do you know what I mean?
going to be honest, I've never heard of bruschetta.
Yeah, it was a new cut that I found on the John Davidson's website, and I cannot fault how good it was. Really good to eat, and I mean every bit of beef is different, right? Every cut, like I dare say I'll have it again. It'll do in the like 3.5 hours, but it was around 800 grams in size, and it just took forever compared to what it suggests it should take. Do you know what I mean?
So what was it? The flat?
Yeah,
Right. So it
yeah.
was just okay. So it was just a small piece of flat.
Yeah, basically, but I still wasn't expecting it to take that long. And then you have to factor in rest time as well.
Yeah.
Like, I was lucky that I had it on at like 5 to 6 in the morning, six, just to allow. Otherwise, I would have been absolutely stuffed for like half one, 2 o'clock eating. But
Yeah.
we got there. We got there in the end. But other than that, I've kind of we've spoken a few times. I don't know if it's January, the kind of going off social media thing, and I've barely posted anything. All the little cooks I've done have been basically Blackstone or like hot and fast on the monolith, and mainly like just chicken bits and pieces for like wraps and fajitas and things like that.
Yeah.
Which it's nice to get out there, but I haven't bothered taking photos of anything. I've not been interested in doing that. I've not been interested in videoing anything. Kind of like the opposite of if a tree falls in a wood and no one's around, does it actually make a sound? Well, I'm barbecuing, but no one's seeing it, and it doesn't really matter to me, which I suppose is the way it should be. But I don't know what it is about January and just completely switching off from social media. Have you found the same yourself, or?
Um, so I've done a fair few cooks.
Mhm.
I've attempted. We'll come on to a barbecue fail in a minute, but
Mm.
which I was videoing or attempting to video. So there's a couple of things that I have filmed, and I was trying to put a decent reel or a short YouTube video, not a short, but a short
Mm.
enough one that anyway. But then when I started to look back at the quality, and it wasn't quite what I wanted. Um, again, we've obviously been posting stuff about the podcast and
Mhm.
a couple of stories here and there, not necessarily cooks, but I have been cooking. Uh,
Yeah.
a fair amount. Obviously, the weather hasn't really been that good, but um, yeah, just uh, I've not slowed. I have slowed down midweek, but I'm
See, I'm
still
the
kind of,
opposite.
yeah,
I mean, I haven't had my weekends for pretty much December and Jan, so my like barbecuing's had to be kind of midweek, and I think that's also the other reason why I'm just not taking photos, not doing videos of it, perhaps because you're like work, kids, bed, chuck stuff on, eat. It's like 10 at night now, and kind of rinse and repeat. But I want
definitely
to do
definitely looking
another.
forward to spring. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
looking forward to just getting a little bit lighter. Um, and yeah, and also right, obviously, as we love the social element. Not
Hmm.
certainly I don't, probably the same for you. My family doesn't want to go outside
Yeah.
in the middle of January, 2 degrees and whatever, and you just end up kind of standing out there on your own, which is fine. Bit of alone time, I quite like the social aspect. So I'm looking forward to spring when people are more than happy to join you, where it's a little bit warmer. You can make a bit more of a thing about it.
I'm trying to plan what my next big cook will be because for my birthday I got a £40 Tom Hickston's voucher, which fantastic, exactly what I want. But Smithfield's Market closed, didn't it? And that's where they get the majority of their meat.
Yeah.
So there's not been as much on their website, and they're like, "We're sorry, we're trying to get more stock." Like, that's absolutely fine. But timings wise, I'm like, all the stuff that's on there, they're really expensive cuts at the moment, and I'm like, I want something that I can drop like £40 voucher on and top up with another 20, 30 quid. I don't necessarily want to have to spend another £140 on top of the 40 to get something in. So I'm in that in between of, do I bide my time and just wait until something comes on there? Do I go for something completely different?
Just go to your local butcher.
Well, I've been doing that for the chicken and stuff. It's more the fact I've got this voucher. So I'm like, shall I get something that I can't necessarily easily get from the butcher? Do you know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
is available on site on online. But yeah, I've got my classic 5 kilos of minced beef and 5 kilos of chicken breast that I do from my butcher. No one else does it. Or if you thought about it, it's cheaper than the supermarket. It's better quality. Yes, you bag it up yourself into like portions and freeze it so you can get it all you want. But it's so much better doing it that way than just getting your meat at the supermarket, which God knows what else they pump into it as well, either, the amount of moisture that seems to come out when you're doing that. Nightmare. Buy in bulk.
Yeah, yeah, I do the same, but
Show off.
I actually don't think especially with beef at the minute, I don't necessarily think there's a huge amount of difference.
What, price wise, do you mean, or quality?
Yeah, price wise, I went to Tesco's fairly recently, and
Hmm.
I think it was about 750 grams of mince was £7, nearly £8 or something, and you just think,
So because I bought mine in bulk, I got steak mince, 5% fat, and it came out at just over £6 a kilo. So loving it. Absolutely loving it. And also I like if you make burgers and stuff, you can pick what fat you add to it to get it back up to 20%, whether it's like tallow, whether it's butter, whether it's flavored butter. But yeah, that's geeky burger making, right?
I tell you, one of the things I did buy in bulk over the Christmas period, which I've never done before, but from a value perspective. So I picked up the meat at the butcher's for Christmas and that, and they were selling full sacks, 25 kilo sacks of potatoes, local potatoes, £6.
Oof.
So you got like you got about 50, 60 potatoes for like £6. Honest to God,
So good.
it,
So good.
I mean, obviously we had potatoes for days, even to the point where as guests were leaving, yeah, take some potatoes. And we still didn't get quite through all the bag, which I hate food waste, but it was a lot of potatoes. But the actual value, considering you'll pay £2.50 or whatever for like six
Hmm.
in a bag at the supermarket, and this was 25 kilos worth, and they were big old potatoes. I mean, it did come with half a field in the
Yeah.
bag still, so that was probably a couple of kilos of soil, but it was pretty darn good value, and it just felt like
Uh,
you were eating proper big ass meaty potatoes. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, which is exactly what you want if you're like doing jackets or anything else for that matter. I hate having to deal with the little new potatoes and stuff, if you're like peeling them, and I'd much prefer just get me a few big fatty boys,
Yeah.
skin them, strip them down so they're naked, soak them for a little bit so they're tender,
Yeah.
have my way with them. It's a
What do
wonderful
you do? I
time.
was gonna say, what do you do with the potatoes?
I mean, after I've taken them back out of myself, I tend to roast them off.
So I want to get to a barbecue fail straight away
Yeah.
because it happened last week. So uh, I decided. So I've recently invested in a second-hand GoPro camera. So obviously we did the last episode just before Christmas, and we were outside, and we had the one camera set up. Want to try and make some more video content this year, and I thought, right, well, I don't want to spend a huge amount of money, so I'll get a second-hand camera, not a new model or anything like that, but something of good enough quality. Anyway, got that, arrived, and I thought, right, do you know what? I'm going to do a full English roast dinner on the barbecue. Create some content, vegetables, everything on there. Anyway, so it starts to get things going. So I've got the Somerset grill going, and I was doing a pork loin. And then I was going to use the Broil King to get some cauliflower cheese and bits. So I had a few bits that were on the Somerset, a few bits that were on the Broil King. Got the Somerset going, started cooking the pork, and moved over to the Broil King. As I was lifting it all out, taking all the old ash out, the whole thing just completely fell off my kitchen. Like
Oh
the
no!
barbecue just completely fell off the kitchen unit onto my new porcelain tiles
Oh my god!
and made a loud bang. And then I was thinking, crap, have I just broken the kitchen unit that it was on and fallen off? B, have I just smashed my porcelain tile a bit underneath it, and see if I broke the bloody barbecue? Thankfully, nothing was broke, but literally, obviously, ash and soot had gone absolutely everywhere. The whole inside had like come out, so I had to sort of put all the cast iron dish, a bowl, and all that back together. And then where it was particularly cold outside, I was trying to cook various bits and pieces. And I don't know, maybe it's because I bashed it about a little
Mm.
bit that it just, I don't know, it was throwing a bit of a grump. Couldn't keep the bloody temperature. So in the end, and then again, because it was cold, I'd had a bit of a complete nightmare. But I had this GoPro camera and I was trying to film the content, and I was in the middle of chopping stuff up and all that. And then I whacked the camera with the barbecue as I was trying to pick it up, thinking I'd broken the bloody camera.
Oh my god!
Luckily, again, that's fine. So then I just threw a right strop. I was like, fine, I'm not doing this anymore. I put all the camera and stuff away. I thought, this is ridiculous. And then I was like, anyway, I just threw a strop, and then nothing was going right. So I ended up finishing half of it in the air fryer because I was doing some roast carrots, cooking them for what seemed like a bloody forever, and they were still rock hard. Everything else was ready, so I was like, "Oh my Christ, this is ridiculous!" So then I literally had to finish stuff in the air fryer from end to end. It was just an absolute nightmare. And then the kids were a bit like, meh, about the pork. They didn't really want to eat it. I was
You're
like,
like, I'm gonna
oh my
break you.
Christ, yeah. So
Oh, Owen.
all in all, it was just, yeah, it was a bad day in the office. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but look at it the other way, right? You've had your bad barbecue day for the year.
For
Plain
the
sailing now, mate. Absolutely plain sailing. You go do what you want.
for the month. If you've been looking or thinking about an outdoor kitchen, then look no further than AOS Outdoor Kitchens.
They are the South's leading outdoor kitchen design and installation specialists.
Their extensive showroom is based just outside Bournemouth on the Dorset-Hampshire border, and as well as numerous in-store displays, also features a live outdoor kitchen where they cook every week on Kamado grills, pizza ovens, and all filmed and shown on YouTube.
They offer a wealth of knowledge on how to transform your patio into the most incredible outdoor dining area with styles and options to suit every budget, and you can guarantee they will be able to create something perfectly suited to you and your home.
They stock and supply everything that you're going to need for outdoor cooking, including barbecues, Kamado ovens, pizza ovens, outdoor fridges, and every accessory that you would need to become the ultimate outdoor chef.
So if you want to make yourself the envy of your friends and neighbours, get in touch with them today to arrange a consultation and take the first step in transforming your back garden into the most incredible entertainment space.
Visit aoskitchens.co.uk. But yeah, so I'm. It's a little bit frustrating. So obviously, with the Brawl King keg, it came obviously with feet. Like most, and it was like 8 legs, and then like a mesh ring that kind of connects them all together. Obviously, now I've put it onto a specific Kamado kitchen unit. A half height thing.
Yeah.
And then I've just put little rubber feet underneath it. But obviously, and I don't know if all Kamados would be like this, whether it was what you've got or a Big Green Egg or Kamado or whatever, but it's obviously particularly top heavy when you lift. So if I take out the cast iron grill, or if I take out the charcoal basket, the actual weight of the lid is heavier than the body. So
Right.
it's actually starting to lean back, and it's happened now a couple of times. So I almost have to hold the barbecue to then almost fill the charcoal or empty the charcoal without, obviously I have to have the lid open to get access to it. But as soon as I do that, it becomes too top heavy and starts to lean out. So I'm now having to hold it to then
That
fill
doesn't
it. And then
seem
as soon as I
right to
put the
me.
weight back into it, it obviously then counterbalances the top heavy lid. But yeah, but what I don't understand is, why is it just this particular barbecue? Because obviously lots of Kamados and grain eggs and all these kind of stuff are put into kitchens and units very similar, but presumably not having it fall off for a start and nearly fall off a few times.
Well, I mean, the stand that mine's in is different, but comes right up the back with the legs, not the way it's designed. But I've seen a lot of the kitchens I've seen them installed in, they have a wall behind them. And I don't
Yeah,
know if that's like a subconscious thing, but obviously if there's a wall there, it can't go backwards.
yeah.
Worst happens, the lid touches it. But that feels like a huge design flaw.
Well, I
Like,
suppose maybe it's not designed to go in there, but anyway, yeah. So it proper fell off.
I'm more thinking not so much the barbecue, but like the little tiny rubber feet. You'd
I
think
mean,
there'd be
obviously they
something to go
weren't
at the back
designed
of
for
it.
they weren't
No.
designed for a barbecue. They're just 1/4 inch thread
Mm,
things that I just found on Amazon or whatever. Maybe I need to lift them up higher. I don't know, to give it more stability. But yeah, it completely fell off.
no more
Luckily,
nails, mate. No more nails at the bottom of it.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
going
luckily I
nowhere.
wasn't cooking, right? Otherwise,
Oh
that'd have been a
God.
nightmare.
That would have been awful. The amount of oh.
Because I had what I was putting in there was like ceramic dishes to cook various bits and pieces. It would have been an absolute write-off.
That's genuinely given me the fear about mine now, despite the fact that I've had it for like
Yeah, but
5 years.
yours is not off. Yours is on its original legs and not in a unit that
Yeah,
mine is.
true.
But there we
True.
are.
Still terrifying.
Anyway, so yeah, I needed. I've been saving that for a week or so, but oh god, it angered me.
Oh yeah, I bet it did. I can also imagine the type of strop you'd have done. You'd have done the classic Owen, head down quiet, storm off, and then come back and start ranting and raving, hands everywhere. Oh, I
Pretty
wish it was
much.
filmed. I wish, like, if your security cameras have picked that up.
I mean, they probably would have picked it up, for sure.
Oh, mate, go
Um,
back. Go,
and
go,
and
go.
I've still got all the start of the content that I was creating. So actually, I did have my GoPro camera on, and I think it was recording whilst it fell off. But again, it's too raw that I haven't actually gone through and looked at the content.
Just make sure, not even the content, the security camera of, because now that we know everything's fine, I just want to see your reaction when it happened, how you reacted, and how animated it is if it's like a cartoon character.
Well, yeah, because obviously then I was trying to pick it back up on my
Mm.
own, and this camera in it, I just, yeah, I was having it. Oh, anyway, having a right man.
You're lucky you didn't put your back out. God.
Oh, that would have topped it off. That would have been. I
Uh,
mean, that would have been quite funny, but
now that we know everything's okay, it's kind of funny anyway,
yeah,
to be fair. Oh, mine's nowhere near as exciting as that. I just burnt the shit out of my eye 'cause I'm stupid.
eyes.
Yeah, so not with like fire. So cook something, chopped up some chili as like a garnish that I put in like some white wine vinegar and a little bit of sugar to almost like pickle it. And I deliberately put gloves on, but I'd taken one glove off and then with like bare hand taking the other glove off, and there must have been enough chili oil where I touched or whatever. A minute or two later, I've scratched one eye and then I've yawned and scratched the other. And as I'm scratching the other, the first eye starts like being red raw. I'm like, no, I can't untouch my second eye. And then I couldn't see for 5 minutes.
Like that time, it's
Bright
like that.
reds.
It's like that time at Sizzlefest where you touched your
Yeah.
private area.
I'm walking like a tripod for the first time in my life for about 2, 3 hours, just in constant pain.
There is nothing worse than getting chili in your eye.
Which one?
Exactly. Both.
All three.
Yeah, same time.
Oh, yeah, we are stupid, aren't we?
Yeah,
You're not barbecuing properly if you don't make mistakes, even if they're
that's
stupid
true.
ones.
That's true. Well, after our recent episode with Ben from Somerset Grill, uh, I've just had some goodies arrive.
Nice.
So I've just got the rotisserie. They've just obviously, well, they're releasing their new roasting pans. Oh, what a bit of kit they are! Really solid, deep roasting dish. So, and I've got the meat hooks and things like that. So, yeah, very much looking forward to the next couple of weekends of testing out the new accessories. So I'm definitely going to be doing a nice big shawarma
Mm.
on the rotisserie over wood. So I think that's going to be quite nice with some flatbreads and things like that. And then obviously I've got to test out that new roasting dish. So take two of creating some videos.
Which barbecue will he do this time?
Yeah, exactly. Which one? Imagine this. You know, I couldn't even push the Somerset one off. So that
You
ain't
definitely
going
won't be
over.
able to lift it.
No, exactly. Exactly.
Um, Again for my birthday, I got like a meat spike for making like shawarma or even like roasting kind of chickens just stood up, which I still haven't had the chance to really have a go with, but I'm looking forward to doing that. Um, the other thing I got, which I I'm going to use for whiskey because that's what it's designed for, but I'm also interested just from a smoking perspective. It's a at-home smoking whiskey and cocktail set. So like you put like the little tiny sieve over the top, you put little wood chippings in there, you flamethrower it and then cover it. So that looks like fun, but I'm wondering if you can like mildly smoke stuff inside quickly with it as well, food wise.
Maybe. I suppose it's like just like that cold. It's like a cold smoker, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
with fine wood chip dust.
But even if it wasn't for like a long amount of time, would it make a difference to do it for like a few minutes before you like seal something off and chuck it in the oven or anything
Yeah.
else? Like, it's not gonna be the same as putting like smoke flavoring stuff in the artificial stuff that blows your face off if you get it wrong. But
Yeah.
it might still
That'd
be
be
quite
quite cool.
funky. Mm.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool. I did some cold smoking actually a week or so ago, and I still haven't tried them yet. But I bought my wife a coffee machine
Hmm.
for Christmas, so she's got like a bean to cup coffee machine. So I thought I'd smoke some actual coffee beans. Or why not? I was doing cheese and bits and other bits and pieces. Um, so yeah, I'm interested. I'm not a huge coffee fan, so I'm probably not the
Hmm.
best judge of it, but she obviously is. So yeah, I'm interested to see how some cold smoked coffee beans would be, whether that would do anything to the taste.
So I've heard of smoked coffee beans dipped in chocolate, but I can't say I've heard of smoked coffee beans being used to make coffee. But I mean, they put coffee in chili, so it feels like a flavor profile that would go well together.
I don't know. I'll let you know.
Basically what I'm trying to say is I want some smoked coffee beans because I drink a
Well,
lot
I
of
know
coffee.
you drink a stupid amount of coffee, but yeah, just anyway, worth see how it comes out.
It's why I'm so calm all the time.
Yeah, yeah, that. So what else? What else we got going on in the from a barbecue perspective then? So you're still not 100% sure what you're going to be cooking next.
Well, the likelihood is the next thing I cook is fajitas, but my big my next big cook.
Yeah.
I've also been really tempted. I've never gone like full on expensive chicken. Like, you can get like the special breed, oak fed chickens that can be like 40, 50 quid. Trying one of them to see what the difference is kind of tempting. I mean,
Cool. Voucher.
oh yeah. Well, there's always that conversation of, well, chicken's chicken, right? But is it? Surely it's the same as anything. If you're paying for quality, you will get something different. So I'm tempted to do that, and then I can use my new kind of stand-up roaster thing. Stick the spike up the chicken's ass, torture it, have a good time. Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you've got all the roasting stuff to play with and the rotisserie. I just want to see like how entertaining that looks on that beast. Particularly the rotisserie. That's gonna look well impressive spinning around on there. Get some nice crackling going. Oof.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, you'll have to come over. But also, as I said, I think stuff's starting to open up now, isn't it, for the summer tickets for. I've already messaged you this week about me
Yeah.
beer and bits and pieces. So yeah, definitely looking. I'm wanting in the next sort of week or two to try and get a few things locked in the diary, so that there's a few festivals and stuff to look forward to this
Pub in
year.
the Park, Metopia in particular, are two that I'd like to get to this year.
Yeah, well, both are in commutable distance, aren't they? And there's obviously we potentially look at Smoke and Fire again.
Hmm.
But it would be, yeah, try something new. So
Oh, the other thing, I spotted in Colchester, of all places, a sign talking about a smokehouse, which I thought we might want to try at some point down on the Hythe. No idea if it's any good or not. I was just driving to pick up vintage mirrors the other day. Don't
there
ask,
you go.
as you do. And I passed this sign. I almost gave myself whiplash. I was like, "What is that? That's different and new." So we keep threatening about trying to get out to more kind of barbecue restaurants. That would be a nice start if it's literally that close to our doorstep, and
Yeah,
hopefully it'll give us
definitely.
the kick up the arse that we need to go out and do more. So watch this space.
Sounds good. So I think it was good to have a little quick catch up.
Hmm.
We've got more guests lined up. Um, we're starting to come towards the end, I think, of season 7.
Hmm.
Ever nearing to 100 episodes. We keep saying it, but we are nearly there.
We're edging it.
We're edging,
Hmm.
absolutely. And I think until next time, keep on grilling.
Today's episode of the Meet and Greet Barbecue podcast is brought to you by AOS Outdoor Kitchens. They are the South's leading outdoor kitchen design and installation specialists.